my amigos. Welcome, kids. So this is the reserves. This is basically just a compilation of all my chokes for 2018. And I got up and down right there nicely and then bopped that in. That was for birdie right there, probably to take me to 1 under. And then I was on this collar here. Got up and down from that position, which was not easy, right? Here we go again. Just getting up and down from everywhere in this round, which is extremely uplifting. So welcome, my amigos. This is the chokiest rounds of 2018, which was a very choky year, I must say. So that was bogey right there. After 9 holes, I was 1 over. I believe on this day I was probably getting 6 strokes. This is early in the year last year, so I've shaved it down considerably. This is hole 14, birdied that. So at this point I was getting 6 strokes. I'm only 3 over, and then I went into the water. I took my drop, and then that ball also went into the water, and I got a drop from the wood right there, and I took a quad on this hole. So that left me at 73 with my strokes, and I was 1 stroke out of the tournament. I was probably in first place at that point, and I choked. So there it is, the first choke of the year, right? This is 4 days in Vegas. You can see 77, 76, and 79. Those are good rounds, pretty good rounds. I believe here I was probably getting 6 strokes. So I was leading the day money for all 3 days in Vegas prior to this day. This is the last day at Sienna Golf Course. I topped my first shot off the tee, and I ended up bogeying this hole. And I felt in the pit of my stomach that told me something was wrong. I bogeyed that despite being in a fairly comfortable position, and then once again another bogey on this hole, just falling apart. I believe I was, I want to say like 9 over after the first 9, and I get 6 strokes. So imagine, I'm already 3 over my handicap for total score for 3 days, which means all I had to do today was probably just shoot my handicap, and I would have made a fairly good amount of money on top of whatever I was going to earn for the entire round. So yeah, guys, this last round in Las Vegas was just an absolute disaster. There's the frustration right there. So the issue with this particular round after 3 days of playing was that I was practicing after the rounds, and I was just putting too much stress on my feet. And since then, I've spoken to a foot surgeon who has helped me with some relief techniques to take off some relief off of tired feet, and that has helped a lot. Maybe I'll talk to you guys about this in the future. Yeah, I was 14 over at this point. Look at, still making huge mistakes. Luckily, I found that ball right there. I punched out, blobbity blobbity, another bogey. Yeah, just absolute horrid. This is hole 17. I hooked that. Had a punch under. You guys remember this? It's great to go back and look at the old footage because I learned from this stuff. You know, just watching it over again, I could see. I mean, on this particular occasion, I knew what was wrong, but at the time, I didn't know. Yep, hole 18 right here. This is a par 4. Look at that. I'm 16 over. Got 90 on the day. This is my worst round easily in the last 3 years. I mean, to shoot 90, and I'm a single digit, you know? Handicap, supposedly. Yeah, that was brutal. So, yeah, the worst of the worst, the 91st Fresno City Amateur. For 2 days, I had played really well. I shot 76 on the Saturday, and then on Sunday, I shot 73. Got into the, I made the cut. And I was 1 over at this point, and then for some reason I went very aggressively with my 3-wood. It faded big on me. There's the Adidas right there. I'm still wearing them. I haven't figured it out at this point that these shoes just don't have a whole lot of support. So if you wear them for a few days in a row, it just destroys my feet. So I ended up doubling this hole right here. And that was the beginning of my troubles. Nasty double. Yuck. Yuck. Okay. Hitting 178 on this day, and I still had some trying to get up and down from a really bad spot, and then another double. Wow. On a par 3. This is a par 5. I think I'm going to get a little bit of a break. Not so, kids. I topped that one off the tee. This is an issue that I've been having quite a bit. And I even had it in the last tournament in 2019. Yeah. Topped that one out of the thick grass. Topped it again. And yeah. A double on a par 5. And I'm not even going to show you the rest of this one. It was pretty bad. I think I shot 82 on this day. So I went 76, 73, and then 82 on the last day. But I made the cut, and that's what's important. There's a long birdie right there. This is Stockton Country Club. This was 3 days in Stockton. A fun 3 days. That was a long par save. This is hole 17. I believe at this point I was probably only like 4 overs. Booming drive right in the middle. And I was only 1 stroke behind the leader, which is Jimmy. He's walking right there behind me. And this is to tie him for the hole. He parred this. And I choked. So that was 2 over behind Jimmy heading into the last hole. I hit a bad drive in between these trees right here. I just have to get over these trees with the 9-iron. Look at the wind behind me. It was going in the direction of the pin, and so this wind just caught onto it, and I hit it out of bounds. So that was for my 5th. This is for my 6th, and I tripled this hole. I was only 1 behind the leader, which is Jimmy. Tripled this hole, so that put me at, I don't know, 76 or 77 or something, and I ended up taking 4th in that tournament. I cashed, but I did choke. Here's another great round at Manteca. Started with a birdie. Strong. So I hit a really bad shot there, and then that covered it with that one, put it in this bunker, stuck it to the bunker. This is for par. Solid. I was still 1 under at this point, and then I put it in the middle. I put it on in 2 with my 4-iron right there, 207 yards. And this is for birdie to go 2 under, and I missed, and that just started my problems right there. I couldn't get it out of my head that I put it on in 2. The very next hole, I ended up going into this bunker on my 2nd shot. I sculled it, it went way over the bunker, and I ended up doubling this hole. So instead of being 2 under, I ended up doubling this hole, and I went to 1 over, and that's kind of where the problem started. On the very next hole, I went into the bunker off my tee shot, missed my par putt, and yeah. That was that, guys. That was that. So Manteca, I ended up losing out by 1 stroke. Another choke job. Sorry, this is going fast. This is Spanos again. Birdie on number 10. Bingo, bango. Here's a birdie on number 15. Just birding from everywhere. This is a birdie opportunity right here. I think at this point I was only one over in the round. Okay, so I missed that. That was an easy birdie opportunity. I could have went back to even right there. Settled for par. The very next hole, I put it into this bunker and left it in the bunker. Yuck. Ouch. And this is hole 16 right here. I made another birdie. Another birdie to take me back to one over. And then let's go back to the final hole. This is hole number 18. I hit a solid shot right in the middle of the fairway. Nervy, there's water on the right-hand side. I ended up hooking that right there. Instead of putting it on the pin, I was only like 86 yards out, put it in this bunker. Didn't want to go into the water because that was my backdrop. You know, because I was thinking of this shot that I had earlier where I had choked. And so I went far left instead of attacking the pin, and I ended up doubling this hole, my amigos. So that's it. Those are the chokes of 2018. I cost myself a lot of money for having quaky knees, shaky putts, 3 putts, lots of issues. Stay tuned, my amigos. There's more content coming up. Mistakes happen. That's part of golf. I will learn from it. And I promise I won't have as many. I will not have as many chokes in 2019. Thanks for tuning in, kids. We'll talk soon. Oh, yeah.